You are a yummy, scrumptious baby carrot. That's what you are. They are yummy and scrumptious. Alert, alert. The PulseChain wallet that some say Richard Hart controls has deployed 200 million American dollars, friends. Yes, 200 million DAI has been deployed into MakerDAO, though. So it's staking MakerDAO. There is a useful protocol. It's actually really good. No one really talks about it because it's kind of like boring because you shouldn't be fornicating with stablecoins pre-euphoria. But you earn 5% yield. So you get SDAI. So it's DAI, friends, of course, USD stablecoin. And if you put in the protocol, you get 5%. It's actually one of the most profitable protocols. That's why MakerDAO is one of the most profitable protocols, if not the, in all of crypto. Problem is, no one cares about the token. Governance rights. That's why, friends, governance is useless. And then Vitalik Fudded. So, friends, Vitalik Fudded governance at the lows. So much respect Richard Hart has for him. He's like, all right, I'm taking governance out of PulseX. I'd rather just give you the buy and burn. I don't want any governance at all. No one cares about voting. So we just kind of learned that, right? Everyone was just there really for the number go up. Now, the 5% yield it earns from $200 million is about $830,000. Now, he's got other stuff deployed as well, earning yield, different rates. He's probably throwing around. I'm guessing it's going to be about $1 million a month total. So I put a theoretical. If he deployed 500 million, he would get about $2 million a month to do that. So 1 million. Now, I want to remind you as well. Now, God bless these soy boy friends, but there's always a soy boy. So, but first, let's enjoy Mark Zuckerberg, okay? Friends, I'm just looking at the power. I'm looking at the power of AI. Now, we're on social media, man. I find quirky stuff that catches my attention. I always like, why do I watch this longer? And I like thinking, if I'm watching this longer than I should, because friends, you're scrolling everything. You're like, why does this catch my attention? I like that. And I'm like, okay, let me just throw it out to everyone else. So shout out to Stefan, right, from the PulseChain community. He always does really, really nice memes and frequent memes for everybody. It's very, very nice shout out to you, sir. So he's the one who posted it, right? I'm glad he actually tagged himself in here as well. Now, this post, friends, this is the funny part. I did this post, this exact post, I did it in January when the prices were going up. No one batted an eyelid. It was bullish, 100% bullish. Now I'll do this post again. Some people think it's bearish. What's this post? Because you guys, you always ask me this question. So I went and calculated. If the PulseChain sacrifice wallet deployed, what would the price increase be? And the answer is about 25 to 36x. And you can calculate that based off the Uniswap V2 formula of how everything works. It's V2, right? It's infinite bid and infinite offer. You can use Uniswap V2. So if you 2x the offer, you will get 4x the price. If you 3x the offer, you get 9. 2 to 4, 3 becomes 9, 4 becomes 16. Okay, so if it has 100 million on the offer, if you put in $600 million, if you deployed all of it in, you get, it's 25x, right? But there's slippage, it could be up to 36x, but this is assuming nobody sells. So if no one sells, and I know like you guys like seeing the big green candles, but if you saw this on a chart, this is what it would look like. This is PulseChain's price because it would go in everything equally. Remember, it's all liquidity bonded, so a 25x would put it around 40x above day one sack. And then, you know, 20, around here. So that's what it would actually do. Let's say if Richard Hart deployed like in 1 second, it would go up to here. But then I guess what you'd figure out is everyone wakes up, has a heart attack, and everyone just sells it back down. That's what would happen. The market, you can't front run the market, friends, and just tell you like, okay, it'll go back to fair value. So I know people don't like hearing it, but PulseChain is probably around fair value based off the users right now. But that's what would happen if you always want to know these theoreticals. So why I wanted to show that to you, okay, with Zuckerberg twerking, dancing there, is just to show you that when these things are happening, you have people front running and there's yield being deployed at the same time. But I'm curious, I'm sure you're curious too. I'm like, I wonder how much of the market front runs him and he doesn't have to deploy. Because this happens with the US Fed, by the way. You know, the market bottoms out before the US Fed really does the equities, the QE stuff. The market will bottom out already, and then the US Fed does we're going to announce QE, and then they do the buying in like 1 or 2 months, and the market's already got all the front runners in, and then they start doing it. Okay, so this is just what it's actually what you want, because you want everybody to take their USD stablecoins and go, hey, what's wrong with you? You don't want to put this stablecoin in here? Come on, put it in here. That's effectively what he's doing, or what the US Fed does. It's what every central bank does. This is what happens with markets when you have someone who's a benevolent dictator trying to save everything. Okay, remember, this is good. They're trying to make the markets go up. Okay, remember, this is the funny part. You think about it. The US Fed, they do not have any interest in these things going down forever. Okay, they want it to be up only. It's just that be up only stable. Okay, for example, Richard Hart, I guess, didn't deploy all his money after Hex hit 55 cents and bought in the bear market. He did not do that because he's like, well, you know, it's got to be orderly and stable, and we can't do that if I keep rescuing all the plebs. So I guess I got to let them rinse out, wash them all out in 2022 and 2023, and that's what happened. So hopefully we now get to see the upside here. So friends, wouldn't it be fantastic if it turns out that by the time we've deployed $100 million of the treasury, we've already done like a 5x from here? Wouldn't that be amazing? Because you're like, whoa, that means the community's building and the market likes it. There's a big buyer behind them, because that's what retailers want, man. Retail friends, you know, but I always tell people, they love buying on the back of green candles, sure, but there's one more thing that could entice them. They want to buy on the back of green candles, buy tops, but they also want to, they want to see, like metaphorically, they want to see a giant whale behind them swimming with them. That's what they want to see. They want to go, wow, I'm front running this big whale. I just bought the top and this front. That's what they actually want. Okay, this is like everybody's dream. Okay, so yeah, it's interesting. I post that how much money is needed to deploy and what the yield affected is. I posted in January, no one cares, and now I posted in the deployment information in Feb and now, or Feb March. Now suddenly it's like, it's bearish just because of cover, because everything stalled. That's why we know what it's like, friends. The crowd's emotions. And so what you also find is, okay, I'm wearing a bull hat, by the way, friends. Moo. What you'll find is, so I'll post information like that, and then I'll just like, on the same day, yes, the same day, friends, there's factual information. Then on the same day, I have a scheduled post or something. Maybe I wrote it like 2 days ago. Just come out, hey, let's put it out in 2 days from now. And look, it says something like this. PulseChain is Ethereum 2020, which is true, right? There's an abundance of opportunity. Everything you want is on PulseChain. Cheap transactions. Stake Hex for yield. You can yield farm on PulseX. You can even get dirty with heaps of altcoins and the communities, and many of them are pumping hard, straight facts. Then you find the crowd going like, well, Mr. Flip Flopper, look at you. No. I am 100% consistent. You are a soy boy flip flopper. That's what because your emotions, friends. You're like, oh, I feel bad. Therefore, everything I see in the world is bad. Oh, the green candles are here. Therefore, everything in the world is good. Friends, you know, if you have this approach to everything in life, I just want you to know, you are the person, you're the one who ends up trusting the snakes out there, because you're like, wow, that's what snakes do, friends. They do like 5 good things for you and to you and around you so they can do the one thing that they want to take off you. All right? That's what happens. So you have to just be completely aware of this. We're all slaves to our emotions. We are. I'm not telling you not to feel happy or sad. I feel them too. I'm just telling you how you interpret stuff out there. It's going to impact your portfolio in the future. If you're here to play the cycle, man, you're here to win the game. What's winning the game, friends? Okay, winning the game is what we do. We are long forever until non-believers enter. That's it. You are long until the non-believers enter. Too many non-believers. Now, a few non-believers entering is okay. When a lot of them are entering, that is when it becomes dangerous, because they are non-believers. So minus 30%, they don't cry. They cry and click sell. And then they're on leverage. That's how much of a non-believer they are. Friends, non-believers do leverage as it goes up. Why? It's because they don't really believe in the big targets. Non-believers go, well, you know what? I don't believe in your 100,000x target. I'm going to do like a 5x return, and I'm going to do a 5x leverage. So it's like I get 25. That's how they're thinking. Now, quickly, I want to have some fun as well. Watch this, friends. Shout out to Mr. Revo. Mr. Revo, I just saw, is a friend of the channel. He goes, which would you choose? A game theory protocol with a growing ecosystem, or an effing squirrel meme? First reply, the squirrel. Come on, man. How long have you been in crypto, brother? You know how these things work. Well. Do you want to know what happened after that point? Do you want to know what happens? Okay, let me show you what happens, friends. Firstly, I'll show you TitanX and what it did. Here we go. So this is TitanX. Okay. Now, it did not start off because here it's down 99.41%, but I forgot when this came out. Like it did another minus 50% drop from that. Now, of course, friends, you're earning yield. I know. It's just fun. Okay, you're earning yield. But when people see the charts, you know what people care about, friends? They care about the chart. Okay, yield, it's not enough. You need to keep getting people more yield. That's the thing. People want to buy charts that are healthy. The people who buy the charts that are healthy, they are the yield for people who bought all early. If you're just putting yield, you need to get the yield from somewhere. And if you're advertising for the yield, right, the onboarding for the yield is the price chart, which it always is, friends. The price chart is advertising. If people are always looking at, that's the most important thing. They don't want to see that. You don't have to argue with me. I don't really care. I'm just telling you that's the truth of that's just the truth of how the perception of retailers and what they're looking at. That's basically what it comes down to. Now, of course, on the other hand, though, the squirrels have both of them. I mean, this is crazy. Ethereum squirrels, GOFURS, did this. They actually gone up higher than the PulseChain ones. That's awesome, friends. They have the roof pull, friends. You know how rug pull is? You pull the rug. Well, they've had a roof pull. So they're basically removing the supply off the offer. They're burning off the offer. Now it's super, super thin. It's made it more thin. It's kind of fascinating to see. And one of my main theories, I made my videos and I talked about it. They were both the same market cap. They're both 16 million. And I'm thinking, man, that doesn't make sense. Either TitanX has to go down 75% or GOFURS maybe goes up 4x. Now I was just guessing. Now, GOFURS has gone up 2x and TitanX is the same valuation here. And remember, GOFURS is, more with PulseChain community, even though there are people crossover in both. There is. But it's kind of like more dip catcher. He's made like obviously the Maximus type of long-term stake at the pool party, which is also fantastic as well. It might help with future sacrifice funds, for example. Think about it, friends. The Hexicans, they need to be bribed more. We need to be bribed more, okay? If we're gonna, hey, if you want to come to Hexican community, guys, you have to offer more value. And here's the thing. Technically, they shouldn't do any sacrifices. They shouldn't. It's just hard to go, wait a minute. Well, Richard's even doing stuff now, friends, where he just put $200 million in to make it down. There's code. There's middleman software. There's all these other things. All these talking points from before. Now he wants to update his worldview. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of people, I can tell, they're having struggles because they're seeing too many pivots. They're like, wait a minute, we were meant to be the God token, the up only forever. The code was enough. Now seeing the code isn't enough. You can actually onboard more people. Also, you get to see that finished products are good. People don't want finished products though. On average, they want unfinished products. They want stuff that's half broken that starts to get fixed that could be finished one day. That's actually what we want, friends. That's the journey. That's what people want. They want to be on the journey. For example, you don't want, right now, we're all dreaming. Imagine PulseChain gets listed on Coinbase and Binance. Imagine, right? They see what I mean? These types of things, that's what actually retailers want. Now, of course, I still hold GOFURS. I love the GOFURS, friends. Okay, hold them dear to my heart. I think it's great. I want to remind you that one of the best value things, friends, GOFURS, we could see it. This is why we prepared for the boom in the bear market. I said we got to look for Cycle 1 coins, Cycle 1 narratives. We have to look for them, okay? If you stake 100% core, sweet. If you're in 100% core, you are by default in something from the old cycle, by the way, in most of the time, okay? Now, Cycle 1 coins, Cycle 1 narratives. The same day Beetroot rugged, and people were like, no, what's going on? I'm like, Habib, there are 20 coins. 19 of them are up. Beetroot has rugged, okay? Literally 19 out of 20. Literally, Beetroot rugs 4 hours later, by the grace of God and chance and luck, GOFURS gets released. And I'm on here, and 60 minutes later, friends, I don't even touch it. I'm tweeting to you guys. GOFURS, potentially thing, can lose all your money, high risk, dip catcher, it's verified, his account hasn't been hacked, all of these, literally 60 minutes later, it's up 500% from that point. For everyone getting in, but just getting started, man. It's less than 2 months old. We haven't even, it's just really, really new. It's liquid JPEGs. So literally just transfers it. Think about it. You lose one bullet in Beetrug, which is funny. See, friends, it did capitulated. That's what you got to do. Okay, it capitulated, and the team said we're going to work through things. Okay, sweet. You take the bet. Oh, okay, you were lying. Guess what it is? Well, you're holding stuff right now where someone could be lying to you right now. That's basically all of crypto. You got to take these, but you just think on average, are people lying? On average, how much are they lying? I reckon on average, 80-90% of what they say is okay. It's just you got to navigate that yourself. So at the end of the day, friends, PulseChain, an abundance of opportunity. Richard Hart rotating the yield. I don't think he's gonna have expectations with the yield. I think he's just gonna, just if I was to guess, he's gonna farm it until Bitcoin has its minus 40% Bitcoin halving crash at some point. Then maybe he starts deploying more, just a guess. But you know, 100 million makes it go 4x. So it is a funny part, friends. Why didn't people say that you need $100 million to be 4x? Why wasn't that FUD a month ago? Or before that? Or even like, well, I was reporting on this in December, November, October last year. I was reporting, no one was saying why. It's because in the green candle months, when I reported them, as soon as the one green weekly candle within that month appears, people will then say, sweet, now the rest of crypto is going to onboard into us because we are the greatest thing ever and our bags are all going to pump and we're going 10 to 20, 30x all the dopamine deal targets straight away, which is where we should be right now. That's what they're all saying, okay? And then as soon as the sacrifice wallet stops buying, okay, we pause, the dopamine in everyone's brain drops, and now suddenly people get angsty. Friends, it's literally like a drug addict. That's what it is. You know when people tell me you're flip-flopping around, you know those are the people, they're basically on a come down from a drug. They literally are. They've just had dopamine, and now it's coming down, and they're like, oh, right, don't tell me to go home. Don't tell me I've had too much drugs. That's literally what it is. Literally like the crack fiends out there. Okay, it's literally the same thing. You know, scientists, they've done studies on this. When people see their portfolio values going up, your brain does release dopamine receptors. It's not even a metaphor. It actually does. And then when there's things that go down, okay, in portfolio value, and you see the red number and the ticker, literally you get all the same feelings of fear, and it's literally like a relationship breakup, friends. It's a drug come down. It really is. Okay, so because we're so tied emotionally to these, okay, it's the exact same thing. So that's what's going on. So if you see a Soyboy out there in the wild, like a Wild Soyboy, which is like basically a level 3 Rattata, can barely attack, that hasn't even learned Growl yet, friends. You haven't even learned Growl. That's how low level you are. When you see these, that's what I want you to know. You see these, oh, I'm looking at a drug addict who's on a come down. Because that's what it is. That's what I see. I'm like, oh, well, a month ago, you read this information, you clicked like. A month later, now the dopamine out of your brain's gone, you're getting anti-panty, all right? But this is, see, it is all different spectrums, friends, you know. For the rest of us, when we go through these, and how we express it out to society is different. At the end of the day, don't forget it loves UK. We're still going to make it. Still long and strong. Nothing's changed. Let's see where we go in the bull market. Catch you soon.